The Warriors are champions, baby. It's our finals recap. Cold blooded. No voodoo episode. Let's go.
You know.
Hello, Dub Nation. This is the bench, and welcome to our huddle, where we offer a layman's view on anything and everything basketball from a bunch of regular dudes who eat, sleep, and breathe dubs.
Wait to dub it
Ay,
in.
nako.
Wait to dub it in.
Wait a dub in. Pare, this is going to be our no voodoo episode. No holds barred. I will not pull any punches. And whoever is not a Warriors fan or a
You're the
Warriors
only one
hater,
naman who's not gonna be pulling punches eh. What the hell are you talking about? We
okay,
weren't pulling punches all season, dude.
you weren't. Yeah, I was.
So,
I was pulling punches. Talaga. I was working on the voodoo, dude.
I think everyone or
So,
anyone
so
who
this is
follows
the
us
ano,
know.
Yeah.
this is the truth episode.
This is the
This
truth
is
episode.
Julio's truth episode.
Yeah, this is me letting out, me coming out of my closet. Anyway,
LBTGQ, yes.
LB,
San
Dapat
Francisco.
naka-rainbow ka,
LGBTQV.
dude.
Pati V.
Why-
May V
why
yun sa
V?
dulo.
May V pa pala.
Voodoo siya eh.
Voodoo.
Oh, shit.
LGBTQV.
Oh, shit.
Wait, hold on. I'm Julio, Dubs Die Hard, Gold Blooded. I'd like to shout out later now, shout out someone. And with us is Strength in Numbers Mike.
Yeah. Mike, Dubs bandwagoner for the night.
And homie underscore J Ortega on Insta. I liked Steph before he became popular. J.
Hello from the moonies, mother.
Mother. Anyway, as you can see, before we start, as you can see, I am in my gold-blooded cap and my gold-blooded shirt, fresh from the Bay. Shout out to Mr. Ted Castro for sending this via Dubs Wire.
Pahambol
I
pa
don't-
si Julio.
Diba? So, your Mary Grace and your Contis should be on the way. I just have to find someone who's going back to the Bay. Oh, diba? It rhymes.
Pahambol pa si Julio. Actually, kaya na-delay yung aming season recap. Julio had to fly to San Francisco to attend the parade. So, pare, good thing you're not jet lagged right now.
Which was today, which is why I'm in this outfit and I just arrived
Yeah.
home so we can stream, diba?
Yeah.
No, but seriously, I'd really like to thank Ted because I don't know how he got this. I don't know how he got this outfit in for me before we had to do the stream. But okay, let's get on with it. So let's talk about the finals. And next, we're going to be talking, after we talk about the finals and after how I shower this whole show with Dubs, we're going to talk about, I guess, the season recap, right? Our surprises, our disappointments of the season. So that's where we're going to go tonight. And if you like us and if you like what we do, please do like and follow us on The Bench Live. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Bench.
Yeah, dagdagan nyo naman yung 5.
Lima.
Check ko nga, baka ba nabawasan na naman.
Umabot na ng 11 yan eh.
Tapos bumaba yung si mo 6, may 5 na disappoint pa. Sino yung 5 na yun?
Parang kasama pa yata natin sa chat group yung umalis.
Oh, God.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Bobby.
Pare,
What's up, Bob? Sorry,
Good game,
Bob.
pare. Good game.
Good game,
GG.
good
Bob.
series.
Yeah, good series. Oh, let's start off now with the finals, kagad. I mean,
Yeah.
let's start off. So, I know Jay has a lot to say about the finals. So
No, pare, you go ahead, man.
No,
Don't be all, don't be all.
no, I have a lot to say about the finals. In fact, if Bob had a list of the 10 things the Celtics had to do for Game 6, remember that? I have
none
I
of
have
those
my list.
happened.
I have my list of 10 things that I wanted to say about the Dubs in this show, but I never
You-
could because of
You wanna
Yeah.
Why don't we kick off with that, dude?
Why don't we start with your
And then we
10
can bounce off those 10 things
Okay.
that you
Yeah,
wanna.
man.
Oh, I'll do it really fast again. Like 10 things that I always wanted to
Because
say.
the ten things that Bob came up with, none of which happened.
Sige. Ano, we can talk about we can talk about all of this pa nga in reference to the finals if you want to.
Right, right.
If you want
Yeah.
to, we
Sige,
can
Yep.
mash it all
sige,
up together.
sige.
Okay.
Well,
Number one.
diba, Mike and I will just jab
Yeah.
in.
Uh-uh.
No, number one. Wait. I suppose everybody knows that the Dubs won the championship, right? And they beat the Boston Celtics 4-2.
According to Mario Chalmers, how many times?
Mario Chalmers tweets that
Congratulations to the Warriors now for winning
Yan ang problema pag
2022
wala kang
World
punctuation or
Championships.
kulang ka ng isang
Yan.
word dun sa post mo.
Yan.
Ibang-iba yung meaning eh.
grammar.
Yeah,
Okay.
dude. Oh, go
I'll
ahead,
start
go
with
ahead.
number one. But I'll do it. I'll do this fast. Number one. I said this. I couldn't say it from the start, but my prediction changed instantly after preseason. Remember, we were doing our whole prediction thing, and I jumped up the Dubs to number 2 kaagad. The Dubs are deep. Despite not having a center, preseason pa lang, I knew they were deep already. And I knew they were going to be good. Watching the Dubs for a long time, I knew they were going to be really, really good this season. I didn't expect championship right away, but I knew they were going to be good. That's why all of a sudden I jumped them up to number 2. I
It
just
was a
couldn't
really
say
good
that.
start. It was a really good start to the season.
No,
They
Before
sort of
it-
tapered when
yes.
they were dealing with some, Steph was away for a bit. Draymond,
Yeah.
medyo longer. They were dealing with a little
Yep.
here and there, whatever. But they had a really good start. They were leading the West, man.
Yeah.
For quite
Um,
some time.
I
And
saw.
then they
I
dropped,
saw.
but they only dropped really to third, man. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Basta preseason pa lang I saw that na and then I jumped them up to 2 because I didn't want to jump them up to 1 because that's a little bit too voodoo-ish. Diba? So I kept them at 2, but I knew they were going to be really, really, really strong. I mean, there was when I saw what Porter could do, when I saw the potential of how they could mix and match the lineup, and at that time pa, we were gonna expect Clay back, and even at that time I thought Wiseman might come into the mix also. So I was like, holy crap, man, they're quite complete.
Mm.
They were super complete. I mean,
Ano
didn't
nga
even-
eh. This was a really small team that essentially annihilated everyone that they played against, man. With bigger players. More
Like-
athletic, younger, like Memphis in the West,
Yeah.
The Mavs, I thought was, that was a fluke for them being that late playing against the Warriors, and that really wasn't a series at all. The one against the Grizz, medyo series pa yun, konti. But not like the Mavs thing. I mean,
Yeah.
parang everyone already knew, where the Dubs were going. The West, it was a different story altogether.
You know what? Based on what you said, Jay, I'll go to my number 6 point na rin. I mean,
No, before I'll just
Okay,
just
go.
touch on the little bit on the ano. What was impressive actually is they were experimenting pa all season. Because
Yes,
people were
yeah.
coming in and out. And
that's
for them,
why,
yeah.
that's why the dip into number three.
Yeah.
Dip into number 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Not really a
consi-
dip, man.
I mean, I'm not even looking at what rank they were. I was looking at the record,
Yeah.
dude, and that's that's an impressive record for you in the experimenting pa with different lineups and different rotations
Right?
because people
right,
were coming
right.
in and out, diba? So
Yeah.
yeah,
Ano eh,
Hold up.
Kerr
No.
gave sina Kuminga enough time to play.
Yeah.
Moody
Yep.
got his playing
Yep.
time. You know what I mean?
Hold both
Even
those
if,
thoughts.
if they really needed these players for crunch time, even in the finals, they could have.
Yep.
And they could have contributed. They were that ready because they got the playing time during the
Yeah.
season.
Exactly. I want to get to that. Perfect. Both your thoughts are exactly what I'm going to say right now. My second point now is that this playoff run of the Dubs, even though how everyone, they were kind of, well, of course, they were favorites against the Nuggets. They were kind of 50-50 against Memphis in the odds, and people weren't sure. Against the Mavericks, pa nga, I got shocked. I actually got very, very shocked that there were a lot pulling for the Mavs. It must have been recency bias for them beating the
That's
Suns. I have no
super
idea.
recency bias,
Yeah.
Diba?
dude.
And
If you were really expecting the Mavs to win that series, you were a fool.
no, but a lot of media people did. A lot were
Then a
saying that
bunch of them are
Mhm.
fools,
yeah,
man.
exactly.
Or just playing the game and making
Yeah.
it
Yeah, yeah,
storytelling
marketing and
and
Yeah.
all
yeah,
that. That's
Marketing.
true.
I still
yeah,
believe that's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but even okay with
yeah.
the Celtics, without marketing, the ESPN power index of 80%,
Mm,
the Celtics would win. 538's
mm,
prediction that the analytics
mm,
said the Celtics would win it. Even until now,
mm.
they still call the Celtics probably the better team if they didn't shoot themselves in the foot, if they whatever. But the point was
Right.
that this playoff run for the Dubs was actually I mean, if on paper it doesn't it's actually a dominant run. Diba? Whatever
Was.
excuse
It
they
was. It
want to
was.
give,
Yeah. Yeah.
whether
Yeah. Yeah.
Denver was healthy or not, whether Ja was there or not, whether it was supposed to be Phoenix, not
But
Dallas,
that's
and
that's
whether
all part of the fucking game, man. You can't fucking
yep,
say, sorry, na injured si
yeah,
ganto ganyan. Dude, both teams had the Dubs had an easier time with regards to injuries, to be honest. On the east side, though, when they were the Bucks against the Celtics, the Bucks were playing without Middleton. Celtics, Miami, both teams were hurt, man. You know what
yeah.
I mean? This whole thing's part of the game. That's
No,
not an excuse.
and they forget also that Steph was
You
hurt
have to
before the
manage your
playoffs.
players. Yeah, and you have to manage your players during the
Yeah,
entire season, man.
yep.
So,
We have a question here from Manoli.
Yeah, yeah, Manoli, go, sige, so it nga eh. Were the Dubs lucky Dallas beat the Suns? Not
ooh,
really
good
because
question. Good question.
well, personally, I think the Dubs wanted to meet the Suns. Dallas was really not even in their radar kumbaga to
Really?
plan
Well,
against. Yeah, no.
parang no one naman want or thought of the Mavs
Yeah.
making it
Yeah.
Yeah.
that far.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if
The
you're gonna do advanced scouting, diba, they would have scouted the Suns more than the Mavs siguro.
the
If anything, the Dubs were already scouting the Suns. No
yeah,
one
Yep.
they were
expected the
scouting the
Mavs
Suns
to.
already, and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Dubs. They've always played well again. Well, they know how to play now against Chris Paul. Chris Paul has been the Dubs' enemy ever since the Clippers. They have scouted and
True. Even with
re-scouted,
Houston, even with
even
Houston.
Right.
with Houston. So they know how to
Yeah,
play Chris Paul. And it was
yeah, yeah,
evident.
yeah.
Did you notice it was evident in this regular season, even though regular season game, the Dubs made sure to come out and show that when they were against the Suns during Christmas Day and whatever
Hmm.
matchup they were, even when Curry wasn't there, they always showed that they were there for
Right.
to beat this. I mean to make it a ball
Yeah,
game out of the Suns.
yeah,
So
yeah.
Mhm.
I don't think the Dubs were lucky. I think that would have been actually a good series. But yet
That would have been.
again,
I was gonna say, yeah, it would have been a better
It
series
would
for
have been
yeah,
sure.
a better series,
would have
most
been a better
definitely.
series. But
Yeah.
here's my question: why does Chris Paul always do that to himself?
Shoot himself in the foot.
No, why does Chris Paul always end up in a supposedly good team and then always have some problem in the end? I mean, it's a consistent thing that you can't say the Dubs
Yeah,
got
dude.
lucky that Chris
Hey,
Paul or the
there's a
Suns.
reason why we call him SP3. And a lot
Yeah,
of the viewers
exactly.
we have already know why it's SP3, man.
Chris
Here's the
Paul
thing.
has
It's here's sa akin. Here's my take on that. People know how to check Chris Paul already. It's very glaring. I mean, his weaknesses, diba? So, kumbaga, people, teams know how to contain him, basically. And now with his age, you tire him out. The problem I think with Chris Paul is no matter what team he goes, he ends up being that guy who has to control the game, that guy who has to control the tempo for his team and all
But
that.
that's his game, eh. That's his game, eh.
Exactly. So yun yung problema. Kasi if he goes to the
Ah,
team and he has to be the one to
agree
do
ako
that,
dyan. Agree ako
and he has
dyan.
to be the one to
Agree
do
ako
that,
dyan. Yan.
then how can the team win?
yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, he had diba, since last season pa in the finals. I'm like, I was actually waiting for the time when I'd have to acknowledge Chris Paul and his greatness, which I don't do,
Yeah.
right? Because just shut me up, Chris. Boy, it's been long enough for me. I don't hate a lot of players. It's Chris Paul, Westbrook, and now maybe someone from Memphis. But um, all he had to do was win it when they were up 2-0 against the
Yeah.
Bucks,
Yeah.
and they had all the metrics from the regular season this year, and still, I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
That's where that goes, diba? Okay. Point number 3. When you guys talked about Steve Kerr, he shut me up this season. Steve Kerr coached a really good season. Considering that Steve Kerr's not a great X and O guy. Huh? Let's Steve Kerr came in as a player, former GM of the Suns. He was not really known as a basketball savant when it came to
Mhm.
coaching. The guy had to learn
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
his shop, so to speak. He was good at
Mhm.
player management, PR, because he was
Yeah,
media.
yeah,
He was
he does know his players. He
yeah,
knows what his players are capable of. And the main reason is he trusts the players that he
yes. But
expects to
this season,
produce for him.
starting from last season palang, when he was trying stuff out, seeing what his boundaries are, making
Mm,
mistakes as a coach,
mm,
and I was
mm,
always on his ass. Tanginang Kerr na
mm.
naman to here. What, dude?
Bakit
The
ganon?
guy,
Bakit ganyan? Yeah.
he literally learned on the fly. So it's not like he got lucky that he had KD and all that, and he got all the rings early. But I cannot say this year he did
Hey
not
man, I
earn
wouldn't call
his
that luck
ring.
because they already won even before KD got
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let's get
That's why
that
nga.
straight. The Dubs never needed KD, man.
No, but like what I said, well, I'll get let's I still liked him. He won champions, but Kerr came into the
Sure.
Dubs. Kerr came
To
into the
me, he's
Dubs.
just a footnote, dude. Really. That OG3, that's your Dubs. KD, that's a footnote, dude.
So when Kerr went to the Dubs, he had a plan. He got Livingston, he got
Mm.
Barbosa,
Mm-hmm.
and he had his plan, and it worked, right?
Mm-hmm.
His
Mm-hmm.
problem was adjusting from that plan when it wasn't the same team anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
But
that's what we
he had his new Barbosa, his new Iggy, his new
yes.
even with Iggy there, not really, but Iggy was there as like an assistant coach, really. You know, giving whoever's getting his role, like GP2, you know, what to do. Here's what you're supposed to, hey,
I
and
think they must say,
trying to keep Dre also in line.
oh yeah, Jay.
Yeah, man. Totoo
Yeah.
naman eh.
Pero for
Siya
me,
yung
I'm not
naswerte. Siya yung
yeah, but
naswerte, naka-championship siya, nakapunta siya ng Dubs, dude.
no, but
Doon
for
sa
me,
kalaban niya, prior
yeah.
to the season he
But for
moved.
me,
I mean,
I'm still not ako personally as a guy who likes the Dubs and all that. I won't not take that from KD. I'm not gonna go and bash KD because he obviously made the wrong decision already. I mean, let's not.
it's not bashing. It's just saying
It's
he was
no, it's kind of bashing KD that we
he
never
never
needed him, dude. We
yeah.
needed KD to
But
beat LeBron. I'll tell you that right now. LeBron
you
in those
already beat
days was
LeBron before KD got there.
there was no Kevin Love, there was no Kyrie. It's a whole different
Sure,
ball game.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
they did in
sure.
2016, dude. So
Sure.
So I mean, it's just like
But
okay, the Warriors. I mean, it's a battle. It's a strategy. When they lost to LeBron in 2016, all the Dubs needed to do was beef up some more, and that's where KD came in. It's not. We don't have to be ashamed to say that we got KD to beat LeBron. It's the truth. Diba? KD is a great scorer. I won't take that away from KD also.
no,
I
no,
can't.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
not. I'm just saying he was. Here's my he's luckier to be with the Dubs than the Dubs were
Yeah.
lucky to have
Yun
him.
na lang.
That's all.
Let's
That
put it that
That's
way.
all
yeah.
I'm really
Yeah.
saying.
I agree.
Let's leave it.
That's all
Yeah.
I'm
I
really
agree.
Yeah.
And
He's
since he was
luckier to
luckier
have
there,
been with the Dubs than the Dubs to have had him. That's all.
yes. And with that is what I gripe about, the stupid decision of him to leave. Nandyan na nga siya eh,
Oh,
and he
Bob's
decides to leave. Yeah.
Yun na
Alright.
nga.
Yeah, I mean, especially now, diba, with all the news flying around that
Yeah,
Kyrie,
Oh, Kyrie
they used,
leaving ko no. De puta.
diba,
Naiwan na naman siya sa ere.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Pang free agency episode natin yan.
Yeah.
Yan. That's we're gonna go there. Okay, next. Still with Kerr. Since para I can stop now with Kerr. Number 4 is that Kerr coached the living shit out of his minutes rotations in the playoffs. He was so wild,
Dude,
pare.
galing.
Dude, he was so
Galing. Ang
fucking
wild
wild.
that he was able to keep those three below 35, 36 a game,
Yep.
man.
Yep.
That was puta. That's
The
coaching
Celtics
right
were
there.
reduced to a
Even
rotation
if,
of
even if the rotation was really only what, 8, 9 players, top.
yeah. No, but you see,
Ayun.
what they pretty much, I was talking with Manoli about this yesterday actually. He said, yeah, but they both play talaga 7 to 8 to 9 max players in the finals. Yes,
In the final.
but how fatigued the Celtics were at that point as compared to the Dubs
Yes,
players,
they burned out. They
because
burned out.
Kerr
You're right.
was playing Kuminga, Moody, and Bielicha in the early rounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
that adds up later on
It does.
in a
Yeah.
playoff run. You know what I
It
mean?
does.
So
And
Mhm.
then keeping your big three at a minimum still.
yep.
That's the biggest there.
So with that alone, ako, Kerr did a lot this season, kumbaga. So that's my number four, my number three, and my number four. And you want my number five?
Hmm.
Steph. Di ba I kept on saying the whole time, the whole season, Steph. Steph is not, baka he's getting old
Ganda ng
na.
voodoo mo kay Steph nga eh.
I know, di ba?
Hanep eh. Oh, si
Di ba?
Steph's old na, pare. Si Steph's lost a step. Steph
I
has
know.
lost a
There.
step.
That's
Oh,
one thing I could
that's
not say.
it.
I kept on downplaying Steph the whole
Tapos
season
tayo na, si
talaga.
Steph yung talagang nagdala, dude.
Steph talaga nagdala. But in all that,
Oo!
but have you seen, okay, now we talk about the finals. We talk about the finals, huh? We talk about the finals. And I think I knew the Dubs. Yan, Doc Poppy, welcome to the show. Thank you, Doc, for believing in
Doc
me.
Testy, hindi na kailangan mag-voodoo ni
Wala
Kulokoy.
na.
Tapos na. Enjoy na siya.
I was telling I was telling my batchmates is that yesterday, because shout out batchmates, I was with them yesterday, and I knew the Dubs were gonna win na after game 4. I just didn't want to say it. When Steph had his 43-point game,
And that whistle blows, you're not gonna say anything.
yeah, I wasn't gonna say, but diba, Mike, I was kind of
Yeah.
hinting na with you in Palms na
Yeah.
this might be the
Yeah.
key of the
Yeah.
whole series. Kasi
Yep.
even if they went down kasi 3-1, the Dubs, I still think they had an outside shot of winning it. Honestly, of going 3 straight and finishing it in game 7. But when they won game 4 and it was tied 2-2, I was like, that's it, man. That's the series. And
That is nga talaga. I thought that
I really
also.
think the Celtics got tulala when they really thought they were gonna have game 4. That was their game.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was so their game. I've rewatched
That
it
was
like
their
4
game
times.
to win. They lost it. They lost the series there.
Yep, that's when they lost the series.
Yeah.
And on that note, when talking about Steph making the Ladis team, he's not as explosive anymore as when he was younger. But if you noticed that it's like now, okay, how do I say it? Well, you have your Jordans, your Kobe's, pick your alpha type player, not taller than
He
Steph,
was
Magic
super alpha
or
this
LeBron.
final series, dude.
Yeah, it's
I've
like
not
you.
seen, to be honest, I've not seen Steph this charged
Yes.
up, man. Every
Pero,
basket na,
It's
hindi siya yung pasayaw-sayaw. Hindi
yeah,
siya
exactly.
Yung
Yep, exactly.
Ganto-ganto. No, none of that, man. It was all, tangin
Yeah.
na nyo, bang!
So
Kailangan
it's
ko
like
kayo. Ganon.
it's like you got those big 6'6", 6'8" alphas and you microsized him into a 6'3" player
So, yeah.
who
Yeah,
could
yeah.
shoot from the outside, di ba?
Dude,
It was
I
wild,
would describe
man.
his ano.
I don't
would
know.
des-
I don't know yet. I can't answer that right now.
The bag
Okay.
on fake
No,
away.
I would describe because again there is some truth to Steph losing his step this year.
Yeah.
We've seen that with the lower percentages
Lower
from 3.
percentages, yeah.
Because the shooting, that's not the lack of practice anymore. That's sometimes his legs giving in the middle of a game,
Yeah.
diba?
Yes,
So
it's being tired. It's,
yeah. But
Age.
this player, particularly this finals, I mean, he's had bad games like game 5, diba? Pero when he's
One
on,
bad game. in
I
the
think
final. One.
what he found na, given his size, is he's more surgical now with his movement
There.
on the
Yes.
court.
Yep. He
That's
knows when.
for me. Yeah, he's
Yep.
pick. I wouldn't.
Kasama na rin
I don't
yan.
even say he picks his spots because that's just that's not describing it fully and then giving
Yeah.
the ano.
Yeah.
He was very surgical with his
Yep.
moves.
Methodical.
The way he would slash, the way he would position, even the small
Yeah.
ano lang, that's the Hesi,
Yep.
and then seeing and all of these things coming together. Now he knew, kumbaga he was in full control of his body the whole time on the court.
Yep.
And that's what I noticed. Na para okay, that's how you evolve, diba? That's how you evolve your game to get older. Na when you're not as fast or you're not as accurate, na and all of these things.
And that's when Steph now can say what they're gonna say now.
Yeah.
What are they gonna say now, diba?
Yeah, dude.
Uh,
Steph is easy top 10. Easy top 10.
well, yeah. That's. Oh yeah, that's
Ah,
the next
ah,
evolution, dude. That's the next
if
evolution
that
player.
happens, how can I say that guy will be
Holy shit!
whoever that is will be in the goat conversation.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's
yeah.
let's
But okay,
Anyone who can be like Giannis, rebound like him, have
defend
yeah,
like
power
him.
moves like
Giannis.
him into the
Yeah,
basket, and
and
then
shoot like
shoot like
Steph.
Steph,
Uh,
Yeah, that's it.
that's the GOAT.
goat. Uh,
That's
That's the
that's
GOAT.
the character
uh,
I make in
Bahala
NBA 2K.
uh,
That's the
uh,
That's the
that's
GOAT
my
right there,
personal
man.
character in NBA 2K.
screw MJ. Number 2 na lang si MJ. Number 3 si LeBron.
Ha? Kobe muna bago yun. Tanginang yun. Magic.
Okay.
I won't, dude, I won't
Sorry,
argue
ah.
with you. I won't argue with you, Jay.
Sorry, ah. Yung
Hindi ako,
dalawa may
hindi.
lima eh. Yung dalawa may lima eh. Medyo ibang
Sige,
usapan
sige.
yan.
But I'll just close this. I'll close the Steph convo by saying that the guy had a wild season. He had,
Yep.
dude, 3 point.
Who?
Steph had a wild season.
Ay, yeah, dude.
Dude,
It
3 point
was
king.
like
Let's start.
It was a Cinderella season, dude.
Oh, dude,
Despite him
if
slowing
Cinderella
down
had
a
so much
bit.
bling, pare, it would be. Because,
Yeah,
ano
no,
yun?
Cinderella had a pair missing. I think he had 4 pairs.
No, because diba, 3 point king, All-Star MVP,
Yeah.
Western Conference Finals MVP,
Yeah.
Finals
And then
MVP,
finals MVP.
champion.
You know what I call this? Can I call this the Steph
sorry.
Slam?
3 point record also,
Yeah.
all time.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I call
All
this year
time.
the Steph Slam?
Yeah, I know. I want to bubble
The-
wrap him nga. Something might happen
Ah,
next season.
the Steph Slam. Eh. I would compare this to 2000
Bubble wrap.
2000 to 2001 when Tiger Woods held the 4 majors at the same time,
Ah,
pare.
yeah.
So that was the Tiger Slam, di ba? So dito, this is the Steph Slam because all the possible trophies are with
Yeah.
him. She won all the trophies this
It
year.
was nuts. It was nuts actually. Okay. So I have that. I have number 6 na ako. Galing. Number 6. Clay, pare. Remember we were talking to start the season off and
Yeah.
we were wondering what's Clay gonna come back as? Siguro Clay will be okay na off the bench 20-25 minutes. But that's ACL plus Achilles, right? Baka he'll be
We were
averaging this
saying
many
we'd be
points.
happy with 15 points. Yeah.
Exactly. Dude,
Yeah.
Clay, for all the banter of all the media talking about Clay lost his step, it's not the same. Dude, this is exactly the Clay. This is even better than the Clay
The
we could
Clay
have been
we
expected.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For Clay
Yeah.
to be able to, he was so dangerous that they still had to guard him because he could pop off for 30. But
Easily.
he, wa-
Yeah.
he was averaging 17 points, I think, in the finals. That's good enough,
Yeah.
Jay. That's
And here's a thing to add to that. Eventually, during the playoffs, you saw his defense progressively get better
Yeah.
and better.
yes.
Huh?
Yep.
When it came to the finals, dude, that was like 70-80% defending Clay already.
Yeah. Yep.
Almost as good as he was before.
Even in the
next year.
Even in the finals, Jay, from game
Yeah,
one to game
more so
he was improving.
More so in the finals. More
Yeah,
so
yeah.
in the finals. Yeah, yeah. That's
So-
the
Oh, yeah.
one thing I saw na, uy, sandali. The
Yep.
guy was guarding Tatum and Tatum couldn't make any fucking mid-range shot anymore. And he was getting better. Him and Wiggs, dude. Yun. Dahil doon nahirapan si Tatum. I thought that, the Celtics being the taller team, lengthier, more athletic team, had that as an advantage, but they weren't able to use it to the hilt, man.
When the
Because the Dubs defense eventually caught
Figured
up
them
to
out.
their ranking
Yep.
all season. Yeah, man. Yun. Galing.
Ito, Jay. Para
It
sa'yo,
was fun
pare.
to watch. It was fun to watch.
Ikaw na sumagot, Jay. You know my ass.
Number 3 sa top 10, Labo, lipat ng team. Daling tanong yan, Doc. Dehin yan, top 3. Dehin yan, top 3. Easy peasy.
Mahaba yung iyong PC. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Doon ako sa mga players na, alam mo yun, Doc, mga players na isa lang ang team nilaroan na nakalima, di ba? Mas
Ito,
madaming championship sa kanya.
ha ha ha. Saka
Magic pa
malakas
lang
na
eh.
si Clay in the celebration na nadapa siya and
Yeah,
tackle the fan.
dude.
Nakita
Not
ko yun!
yeah,
May
dude.
nakapatid kay Clay and
Yeah,
he
and he
ended
went
up
straight to a
falling
fan.
onto
Not
yeah,
not
man.
just that,
Babae pa
dude.
naman.
Clay's really kenkoy. He lost his hat riding his boat to the parade.
Yeah, I saw
Woo!
that.
That's why
I
he
saw
had
that.
that's why he had
Really
to wear
fun.
his captain's cap na lang.
Ang cool
He
nga ni
knocks down.
Clay eh. He fucking gets his boat or rides a bike, pare, to the
Yeah,
game.
yeah. He
Wild.
knocks over a fan
Lakas mag-trip,
like what
man.
Doc Nesty said. And dude, he dropped his championship ring into the crowd and he had to go fetch it
Huh?
with his hand. Yeah.
What?
They brought their rings eh. Puta.
Puta,
And then
lakas
Clay,
ng dubi nun, dude.
but
That's
pero
another thing Clay is known for.
so there. But yeah, the Dubs would not have won this without Clay because his presence alone is scary on the
Yeah,
court,
naman.
whether he's old Clay or
Look,
not old Clay.
it at the very least keeps the defense of the other team guessing.
Yep.
At the very least.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Okay.
that's a lot
Dude,
already.
did you see how they trapped Steph in game 5?
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
poor shooting. Dude,
Yeah.
kasi even with the
They
poor
had
shooting, it's the
to.
same. It's the same thing as Clay, dude. Even if he shoots
You still
poorly,
can't leave him
you
alone.
still can't
You
leave
can.
him, diba?
Because
So,
he'll take that shot even though you shot 1 for 18.
yes.
Yeah.
He'll take that shot.
That's the
And
thing with both of
that's
them, Clay
and
and Steph.
actually that's how the Dubs are dangerous if they have that third guy. Kasi even if the two kasi are perfect decoys, eh, dahil hindi mo maiwanan eh.
Yeah.
Diba? So, if you have that third guy, diba, that's why when they had KD, they were unstoppable. Because,
Yeah,
diba,
But,
that's true.
who you gonna guard, diba?
ito pala, ang naging number 2, lalo na ng finals, sino? Si Wiggs.
Wiggs,
Oh,
yeah.
wait. We'll get to that. Wait. Let's not hold that
Payo,
thought. Yeah, hold
payo,
that thought.
payo.
I'll go to number 7 para we can get to that na. We'll get to that. I'll talk about Draymond naman. Draymond, si
Sige.
Mr. Antics Draymond, right?
Aha.
Dude, you realize that everything Draymond does, even though he's so smart on the court, he's so smart not only in basketball, he's so smart in strategy. What he is lacking with already in terms of skill and even shooting the ball, he'll augment in other ways to change the game, whether it's to get into their heads, whether it's to, for whatever
Like
purpose.
following Tatum all the way to the bench.
That's in the finals, right?
guarding him.
Against
Yeah.
Memphis. Against Memphis, he got his flagrant foul number 2. He got a flagrant 2 against Brandon Clark early by pulling him down his jersey. You know why?
Right.
Because he knows how brusco Memphis is. You know, he knows how tough is. You know, he almost invited the
Kalaban yung
physicality. He
Right.
invited it in because he knows that one of them would have made retaliated. And exacto. Dylan Brooks retaliated. Actually, he didn't expect GP2 to get injured, but kumbaga,
He
it's
did,
still that
no.
Memphis
yeah.
played to that. And that's became
Yeah,
the tone of the
yeah.
series. And Memphis, I think,
Ibang
for-
goat ko. He got
Yeah.
their goat.
he got their goat. And then the discussion became more about, I'll tell you like this, can you imagine GP2 getting injured there? And the discussion became about how bad Dylan Brooks is. You change the narrative of a series. That's what Draymond does. He changes the
Yeah,
whole narrative so that, and then the Dubs can work around. And
You
even
know what
the
that
finals.
was?
Okay, go.
You know the term foul bait, diba?
Yeah.
That was a bait foul. That was a bait foul for Memphis. He baited Memphis with that move.
Remember in 2016 when he put his hand up against LeBron and he got suspended?
Yeah.
He got a flagrant 2 against Brandon Clark in the second round. If you get the 4 points, that gives you 2 flagrant points. If you get 4 flagrant points, you get suspended 1 game. Draymond kept it in check for the rest of the playoffs because it was not needed anymore. And he didn't get suspended.
And as bad as he started that series in the finals, he slowly got into his rhythm.
In the last 2
even
games,
the-
yes.
Yeah. And even the bad games. In the third wasn't so bad either. A lot of people were saying, diba, palpak, all that. That third to the last game, game 4, dude, was still a good one. He only had 2 points, but he had 8 assists, 9 rebounds.
Yeah, yep.
And
Yeah.
that's how he started getting into that flow. But those last two games, that was the old Draymond right
Ako,
there.
I would also credit the the deteriorated defense of the Celtics on those last two games because
Yeah, dude.
that was
Yeah,
part of
dude.
what slowed down Raymond also the first few games. And when they
Yeah.
were able to break down the defense of the Celtics,
Ano,
then that's
nawala nga
how
yung
yeah
nawala yung length
yeah
factor, no?
Yep.
Those last two games.
and that's what unlocked Draymond. I think.
Yes, 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 yes. Definitely. Definitely.
Oh, we have
Yeah.
one here.
Uh,
Julio.
kasalanan daw ni Jaya. Kasalanan ni JP2 that you don't use your hand to break your fall. That's true. That's true. I'm not gonna argue about that.
Yeah,
Nothing. No.
but sometimes kasi it's an instinctive
Yeah.
reaction eh. I've broken my wrist couple times, man, doing the same thing. The same
Alright.
wrist pa talaga.
Wag lang
Uh,
mukha mo yung pangsalo mo, 'di ba? Mas may
Yun! Medyo delikado naman.
iba
Medyo
sabi pa
gumanong ka naman.
kasi, you know that injury nga seems like I mean, it seems like it's so
Unless
long ago
kamukha mo
already.
si Andrew E. Kamukha mo si Andrew E. Sadsad mo na yan. Okay lang.
baka
Dude, I'm not.
Sorry.
Pare.
Joke.
Guess we can't show this to. We can't show this anymore to like the Filipino media.
the rap community.
Donggalo. Bawal pakita sa Donggalo. Sa Donggalo.
Okay. Next.
Number 8, exactly what you want to talk about. Diba? It's always about OJ3. So the Dubs had their OJ Simpson, OG3, and then they also had the younglings, diba? So everything's about there's Kuminga, there's Weissman. But actually, the ones who really saved the Dubs, aside from, of course, the ones who really supported the Dubs, aside from the OG3, were what I call their young vets. Is that safe to say? Because they're still young, but they're vets. And that's Wiggins, Looney, GP2, Porter, and of course, Jordan Poole. All of them there have, I mean, well, Jordan Poole's the youngest. He's a special case in that group. But sina Porter, Looney, Wiggins, and GP2, they've been around. Kumbaga, they're none of them are over 30 yet. GP2 is 30, they just turned 30, I think, or when the season comes in. So they were like the young vets.
Can we-
and they're
Can we call them the baguettes vets?
the baguettes.
Sige.
Bobby, is
No?
that you?
No. No. Okay. Okay. I tried. Okay, go. Sorry.
Yeah, sabi ni Manoli, Draymond should work on his shooting, no excuses. Yeah, dude, Draymond should not just shooting.
Wala obobs talaga sa shooting yan, man.
Pati layup, he
Hindi
should work
talaga
on layup. Pati layup man lang.
Even that, yeah.
You kind
Ito ha. I hope.
Okay, I'm expecting a punchline with this, ha? I'm expecting a punchline,
Kinda
di ba?
look like
You kind of look
Poole.
like Poole. Ano yan? Sa Poole? Or give me a joke here somewhere. Bobby, kaya mo yan. So there,
Here's my thing about Wiggins.
Wiggins. Let's go with Wiggins.
No, here's my thing about Wiggins. I hope Jimmy Butler was watching the finals.
Because
I hope Jimmy Butler was watching the finals because this guy was the one who dissed this guy todo, and left the team, man. Who was left in that team? Did they do shit? Cat.
You did hear it? I have chismis about that. I have chismis. No, I heard it in the podcast.
But I hope
Did you know-
Jimmy Butler was watching the finals.
Did you know that Butler actually told Fibs that he likes Wiggins? And
Really?
Butler told that to Iggy in Miami that he you're gonna get a good one. He told they're gonna
Really?
get a good one in Wiggins.
Really?
Okay, you do the math now. Who Butler was really ticked off at in Minnesota?
Cat.
Yeah. It was
may
it was
ganun
all
pala, may
pointing to
ganun
that.
pala.
I know what you're
I
doing,
never
Mike.
knew that.
Uh-oh.
Bob,
Wait,
teka lang
pwede.
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 Kamu nga, parang may konting hawig.
No. You have to
Julio,
get
magpaano ka nga? Magpakulot ka ng
Bigo.
ganyan, no?
no. I think Bobby's referring to when Poole pala wears his glasses. Siguro.
Ah,
Kasi
okay.
he always wears
Naghahanap pa
glasses,
si
di ba?
Mike
Hindi,
ng
kahit
picture
yung
with that.
bigote, kahit yung bigote na lang para, di ba? Ayun.
I shaved kasi now. So.
Ah.
Oh wait, Jay. Well, yeah, but like what we said, the support, the according to Mike, the Baguettes vets, dude, this is the
Yeah.
awakening of Wiggins.
But
This
sa
is
akin, more so than any of those names you mentioned. And I really love Looney also.
yeah, but
Fucking Wiggins, dude. He was
Wiggins.
number
Ah,
two to Steph.
Wiggins,
That whole run was wow.
ak-
The rebounds, especially, and the defensive play for me. Not just the scoring, although that impressed me too. Because even when he was missing, he would still take those open shots. And that meant a lot, man. You saw that the guy was fighting. He
Dude,
may not show it, no, because he's very nonchalant. He's very, di
yeah.
ba? Ganun lang siya. But man, the guy would fight naman pala. Fight in there, get those boards, get those
That's
offensive
true.
rebounds. Hanep, man.
Um, yeah, he played here. Mitchell Wiggins
Yeah,
played
he
here.
did. He did.
Yep.
But his best run really was with Houston, with sina Lewis Lloyd, di ba? Ralph
Yep.
Sampson, Hakeem, and who's the other one?
I don't know, man. Don't deba me. Hindi ko na
The big point guard, pare. What's his face?
Wasn't that Kenny Smith? That was
Robert.
Kenny Smith.
No.
No, it
Wala pa
wasn't
sila
Kenny
Kenny
Smith.
Smith. Di niya inabot yun.
Against the
Louis
Celtics.
Lloyd.
Wait. Yeah.
Houston against the Celtics in the finals. Louis
Not
Lloyd.
John Lucas. John Lucas off the bench, no?
No. Robert something, pare. Yun, Robert Reed. Kaleng ni Bobby, oh. Robert Reed. He was like a
remember
6'7" point guard, di ba, Bob?
No, he
Galing
wasn't
nun.
their point. He was their point guard,
Dude,
Robert
he
Reed.
was playing point. The point would go around with Lewis. Even Mitchell played a little of that. The dad, though.
Wait, Bobby, did Mitchell Wiggins
But
play
Robert
here?
Reed
Lewis
played some
Lloyd
point.
played here, not Mitchell Wiggins. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was Lewis Lloyd who played for
No,
Ginebra.
parang Wiggins nga played Ginebra.
Parang Lewis Lloyd also then. If not, both of them
Really?
talaga played.
Both
Yeah.
of them then. Yeah,
I don't know. I don't
Pwede
know
nga.
nga eh.
pwede nga. Hey, even Rob Williams played for, Ginebra. Rob Williams was a teammate naman of Hakeem Olajuwon with the Houston Cougars.
No,
Yeah.
Wiggins
That's year
played.
also.
Wiggins played.
Tondenya
Ginebra.
65.
And then,
Louis Lloyd played
Ginebra-
also?
That was
No.
Ginebra then, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Lewis Lloyd play also?
No, I'm googling the si
I'm not
Mitchell
sure about
Wiggins.
Louis Lloyd. I'm sure about Wiggins, though.
No, I
Yeah,
remember.
he played in the PBA. Yeah, he played
Yeah.
in between 93 to 2003. Nandyan yan. He jumped around the French League and then the PBA.
Like French League pa pala.
Who?
Ako lang, do not with Wiggins, pare, if John D tells us that he doesn't do voodoo, that's BS. Because John D has voodooed Wiggins from day one, pare. Ever since he landed on
That's
the
not really voodoo. I think he was praising Wiggins. Iba yung voodoo
No,
ni
but
John D.
that's John D's voodoo, dude. John D's voodoo is direct, pare. It's not it's not deceptive voodoo or reverse voodoo. Diba?
Dude. Well, anyway, I think he did. Lewis Lloyd. I think he played for. But anyway, I don't want to. Anyway, what we're talking about Wiggins, dude. You're talking about
Wiggins,
Wiggins
yeah,
and his
yeah.
and his scoring. Did
Ayan,
you notice
Lewis
that
Lloyd played for Sarsi.
there? Yeah. Okay. Wiggins for
Galing
Ginebra.
ni Babo.
Yan pala.
Rob Williams, Tanda,
Tama.
yes. Won championships. Tito Freddie Webb was the coach.
Uy,
Yeah.
he was a good player, man. So
He
are his
was.
sons. Diba?
Yeah.
Jason's good, man.
Well, not like Tito Freddy lang.
Yeah. You
Olympian,
know what?
Olympian.
Yeah, that's true.
Eric
Wiggins.
Lasal nga. So glow.
Okay.
Coming to America.
Coming to America.
Wait, you want to
Yeah,
close it
dude.
about on Wiggins,
Yeah.
Jay? 'Cause you want to
Go.
close it now on
Pwede.
Wiggins?
Pwede.
Okay. Because my last thing na lang on Wiggins was that, dude, the guy became a what do you call that? Triple threat scorer. He was scoring from
Yeah,
three.
man.
He was driving and he would do mid range. That was
Yeah.
quite
Dude,
wild.
his pirouettes and then his what do you call this?
Ano?
Yung lagay na, ganun lang. Ang solid, dude. Yun ang kailangan ni Tatum. He showed Tatum how it's supposed to be played, dude.
The
Sorry,
modern day
I'm a fan
deadlift
of
shrimp.
Tatum. You guys know this, but man, Wiggins outplayed him. I mean, he had more of an arsenal coming
Okay,
into the final.
did my microwave on Tatum's jersey work?
It did.
It
It did.
Did ba?
did.
It worked beautifully.
I got worried, pare. I stopped doing any. Okay, when I put Ja Morant's picture on Facebook, we lost game 2. And then when I put Tatum's jersey on the microwave, we lost game 1. I was like, I should just stop voodooing on Facebook. The juju was not matching. So I kept quiet on Facebook, di ba? Quiet na muna ako sa Facebook because it wasn't. Okay, number 9. Number 9 is that parang the Dubs are now making it. So it's really weird, diba? They are how do you say it? Dubs. We've been talking about built, not bought, right? So Milwaukee was a built, not bought team. Boston
naman,
and the Dubs are a built, not bought team, right? Both in the finals. So maybe the super team era.
Miami also, actually, if you
a little. Well, yeah, Bam and Hero, and they got Butler. But here's the thing. The funny thing about I'm never gonna say this again, but the Dubs are taking built, not bought to a different level with how they intend to spend on luxury tax. And this is why the other owners are getting ticked off.
If you don't have the money, sorry ka, dude.
Yes, but
Ganun lang yun.
what a lot
Gusto
are
mo
not realizing.
gumastos, may results naman after spending. Why the hell not spend? Come the fuck on.
Ballmer now has figured out that what the Dubs are doing has been very may foresight. That's why he's creating his own stadium now for the Clippers, which will be owned by the Clippers.
Dapat naman lumayas na sila dun sa kasi
yeah.
LA only has one team, dude.
They make so much revenue off Chase Center, which is owned by the Dubs. That is where they plan to pay the luxury tax. So if kumbaga, it's almost like it's funny. It's almost like they're using a cheat code that they can generate so much money on their own ticket sales and their own revenues from their stadium
them to spend on players.
Yeah, on players. And it's a weird rule. The soft luxury tax rule in the NBA is that you can re-sign your players if you have their bird rights and go over the luxury tax. So that's where the Dubs are playing the game. In other words, we built them and we will continue paying them. You can call our luxury tax ludicrous, but try to follow us.
And for me, dude, big payroll doesn't necessarily mean
now you're
big
win.
advantage, diba? Kasi otherwise, diba? The Knicks would have more championships now than
dude. Utah Jazz.
They were the biggest. They were the biggest payroll for the longest time,
ito lang
diba?
sa akin sa ganyang style. Lugi the teams that are smaller market.
Oh yeah,
like
yun lang.
Antonio, for example.
Yep.
Hindi kaya gawin yung same pattern, same scheme.
Yeah, but
because of the market.
Of the market. But here's the funny part. The owners of the Dubs are not even as rich as, let's say, Robert Pera of Memphis. Ballmer, that's why Ballmer's doing this kasi may pera siya. Dan Gilbert of the Cavs is the number 2 richest owner in the NBA. So the Dubs are an investment group. It's run by venture capitalists Joe Lacob and Peter Gruber. They are not billionaires in their own right. They run a billion-dollar firm.
Company.
You know what I mean, diba? So I don't see why billionaire owners cannot follow it to a way. You know, they're just not. The truth is they're not as big basketball fans as like Cuban, who would probably do something like this. Ballmer, who are not competitive, and they would, Joe Lacob loves basketball. That's why he's
Cuban
doing
is also very competitive. You're right.
Diba?
Yeah.
Anyway, you want to go to the comments first before we?
Go. Let's go. Yeah. Yes, that's what's going on. Yeah,
that's the chismis.
Most likely, Bob. Most likely,
May
Bob.
rumors na nga yan coming along.
And it's not gonna be just Boston. There are gonna be quite a few teams that are gonna try to match up with the Dubs.
And okay, I'll add to that whole thing. That
na medyo bot na ha.
yeah, it doesn't mean also like diba, they say when KD joined the Dubs, that year was a spike in the salary cap because of a new TV deal, which might I think happen this off season or next off season, the new TV deal. So all the teams got money. Okay, all the teams got money, huh? Now it depends na lang where those teams use that money. The Dubs,
Right.
because they had Steph on a low contract, chose to use the money on Kevin Durant. The Lakers in that offseason chose to sign
Well,
Timothy Moskov.
that also happened because Kevin Durant also chose to go to.
Yeah, no, but kumbaga, if Kevin Durant didn't choose to go there, it could have been somebody else, and I'd like to believe they would have used their money well.
Of course.
That's
Yeah,
my point.
yeah.
Unlike the
But it
Lakers that
just so
offseason.
happened that Durant
No, but-
wanted to. So
No, but I'll give
that's
an
why
example.
also that happened.
No, I'll give an example. Lang Lakers used that money of the spike for Timothy Moskov and Luol Deng. Portland
Uh-huh.
Trailblazers used that money for Evan Turner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
Yeah,
it's
that
also what
Luol Deng fucked us up for a long time. Huh?
exactly. So it's
Uh-huh.
not. It's also what. So when the Dubs got the salary slot of Kevin Durant, they were able to turn that slot into bird rights, which allowed them now to get Andrew Wiggins. You see, it's also
Right.
how GMs play the game
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
within the salary cap.
Yeah naman. Yeah
Diba?
naman. Yeah naman.
So,
a lot of the
that's
other
why-
teams have made big mistakes, man.
As long as they don't do a Ben Simmons BS season. Yes, of course. Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
Hey Joe, welcome to the stream. I saw you last night. Ben Simmons is an anomaly. That's as
That's
I don't. I think
so
we've
weird,
been
man. That's like
we've been
the
all
weirdest
watching
thing
NBA
ever.
for so long.
That's
I've never
weirder
seen.
than Kyrie. It's weirder than Kyrie, and that says a lot, man.
Yes.
Yeah, but and yeah, you mentioned Kyrie, diba? And
Yeah.
who's up for renewal of
For
contract,
moving
diba?
also, yeah.
Yeah,
Rumors
and
are
dude,
swirling.
he didn't play 100 parang I think the number is 127 games in the last 3 seasons. He missed 127
Yeah.
games in the
Yeah,
last 3
dude.
seasons.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
nuts, pare, diba?
He's not playing basketball.
So ngayon, kaya nga, again now, that's why the question with Kyrie naman is he worth the max contract? Would somebody pay him the max contract?
Right.
Diba? With that
But
question mark.
there are stupid enough teams like my team that might do that.
But you know what? For your for your team, Jay, huh?
Gali
Jay.
Durant is greater than Kevin Durant.
I like this also. He's an anomaly and a wowmally. No, but to what you know what, Jay, for you, honestly, for the Lakers, that'll be the best. They'll be much better off with Kyrie and LeBron than Kyrie.
Yeah,
and Westbrook.
naman
I'll
din,
tell you
Ross.
that right now. So
Ah, yes.
yeah,
Hell yeah.
I mean, come on.
Even if he plays half the season lang.
And dude, let's
and
make
wala-
the trade happen, pare. The
I
trade
know.
has so many levels to it, pare.
Kevin
Yeah.
Durant gets
Imagine,
goes back
imagine Rat going back to
Oh my
Kevin Durant.
Diba? And Kyrie to LeBron, diba? Parang tayo na, diba?
Parang
Nainggit kay
mga gunggong, di ba?
Hindi, nainggit sila kay Del, pare, sa kay Sonya. Puta, bigla nag-usap si KD sa celebrate. Palit
Wife
tayo
swap
ulit.
sila.
Palit tayo ulit, di ba?
Nako. Wait. I want to comment on what Bob said. Like, I remember that famous Yankees, that wild Yankees team with Derek Jeter
Yes.
and
yes.
all the stars. Remember that?
Oo.
And
Yeah.
and that wild Real Madrid
That's
team
so
when
true, though. That's so true right there.
with Beckham and Zidane. But okay, I don't know. I'm not a big soccer guy, but what I know is that
Football.
in football, you don't have a salary cap. You have trading points.
No, yeah. No
Yeah,
salary
so
cap.
I don't know the
They're one of
ruling
the
there,
highest
but
paid talaga.
they can get a free agent as long as they pay the team that they got
Mhm.
that they pirated the player from.
From,
Parang
yeah.
you have to pay something that the team gets.
Right.
Parang ganyan.
Right.
In Major League also, they also have no salary cap. That's just saying. I don't think they have salary cap in MLB. In NFL, they have a hard cap. In NBA, they have the soft cap. So somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Number 10.
No, I think
Oh, yan.
I think that's about right, man.
Number 10 is
Yan na.
I'll sum it all up. I'll sum it all up. Pare, I told you guys, this is house money for the Dubs now. The pressure of the Dubs was to win one, at least one, to win at least one in Steph's window. And that would have started last year, but no, everyone knew last year it's a crappy team compared to what they have this year, man. That was really a crappy team with Bazemore and Oubre, and I don't know what the hell they were doing. But now they win one, and they still have all this youth, and they still have these Baguettes vets to resign back. Dude, the Dubs will be around with the OG3 at least
Another
three, maybe 4 more years. Maybe not win it all, but definitely will be contending at any point
Mm.
in the
Yeah.
playoffs. If
Mhm.
any of these youth, Wiseman, Kuminga, Poole, Moody, become stars, along with veteran, at that time na, let's
You
say
have
mag-retire.
you have your future na there.
No, but let's say super old na yung OG3, you have veteran Wiggins, veteran Looney. You know what? You see what I'm saying? If they
Uh-huh.
keep the same group, the youth now will be the energy as what Wiggins and Looney was in these playoffs. The Dubs can be relevant for at least 10 more years.
Yep.
And
Just to throw in an analogy, that would have been actually the Jonte and Kawhi for us.
exactly. That's I was going to
The
that. Is that
transition when they diba, when they came in and then the three are there and they're old, diba?
can the Baguettes vets do ear cropping also? Help me out. What does that mean?
What's ear cropping?
I don't know, man.
Eh.
Ano ba yan? Pagka-else ka sa Tolkien, babawasan mo yung tulis?
Or parang
Ano
parang
ba yan?
sa mga pits when they crop the ear
Ear?
or like iba naman yun.
Ah.
Pits
No, but
sabi mo eh.
no, I was gonna say, diba, that it's no secret that I've even mentioned this is that diba, the friendship of Kerr and Pop, and I really think when Joe Lacob hired Kerr, Lacob has a fascination with the Spurs organization. That's what he wants,
Yeah.
and he's very ambitious, and he wants to be like the Spurs, na contenders all the way. So he
In
really
a
went
bigger
with,
market pa. In a
in a bigger market. So he really emulated what the Spurs was trying, and the Spurs, like what Mike said, almost got it done by bridging the Tim Duncan era to the Kawhi era. And the only big
Uh-huh.
problem was that Kawhi messed up. Technically, Kawhi was top.
Mali.
What the Dubs did now is that compared to what the Spurs did, the Spurs got a big veteran who got older in Aldridge, and they put all their marbles on Kawhi.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem. If you notice the Dubs, apat yung bets nila. So if anyone makes topak there, it's not a full,
Right.
all the bets are not all on one person being the next guy. It can be Poole, Moody, Kuminga, Wiseman. Take your pick. Then they'll ride with that superstar.
Again, that's the
Moving
beauty of
forward.
ano. This is where the saying the early bird gets the worm. I'll say this again. It's one of my favorite. The early bird gets the worm. The second mouse gets the cheese. Pare.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Kumbaga,
Diba?
but
So, you've seen
Yeah,
it
parang I
done,
like the
failed.
cheese more than the worm yata.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah. I mean, lalo na
I'm
with
gonna
wine
eat,
and
huh?
ano, diba?
Yeah,
uy!
Huwag ka lang maipit.
good
But
wine, di ba?
Oh, go.
A
Sige, Mike.
good,
no,
what's this?
but yun na nga. I mean, there was a model already to copy. And they've
Yes,
seen
yeah.
where the Spurs also kind of messed up, diba? So it was, kumbaga, they saw the Aldridge, the LaMarcus Kawhi transition also, which wasn't working well for us. And
Yeah.
to be honest, parang even that 1 year that it was the two of them, parang I didn't see any light at the end of the tunnel. Eh. Parang LaMarcus was just the wrong move, at least. At least at that time. But he looked like the right move when we got him, but as he aged and yung ano niya, yung game niya didn't age well for me.
Check this out. Off topic lang, mga papi. Please indulge me. Shout out Jay for the cool single and songs.
Oy,
When I'm playing
thanks,
it,
Doc.
or they
Playing
always
it in
ask
the
me kung
OR.
sino. In the OR, in the operating room,
Yeah.
Jay.
Yeah.
wow.
Oh, wow. They always ask kung
Awesome,
sino,
Doc.
and when I say local artist, napawaw sila. Mabuhay ang local scene. Yeah.
Thank you, Doc. I love you, man.
Yeah.
That
Diba?
means a
Doc,
lot. That
sabihin
means
mo
a
na
lot.
rin na si Jay has a podcast. Baka pwede mo rin i-play yung podcast namin sa OR.
Saka yung kay Doc, Laker colors yan. May yellow, may
Diba?
purple, may golden.
In between
purple.
songs, mag-play ka isang episode ng The Bench. Oh. Pwede yan.
Thanks, Doc.
Okay.
Gusto niyo ng what's that? Magaling na singer tsaka magaling na NBA analyst.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Pero regular dude lang siya. You know what? We have a comment from YouTube, and I think this is Jason Tatum. And he calls
Ay, parang galit,
Sigurado ka,
parang
hindi
galit.
baka si James Taylor yan, ha?
James
Baka si
Taylor.
James Taylor
Si-
yan, ha?
the
Parang
NBA daw
si Tatum
equals
to.
WWE.
Parang
And
Sar Grapes na comment eh. Parang si Tatum ka.
thank you though for making a comment. I'll see you next year in the
Alam-
finals.
Alam mo, Jason, pag sabihin mo yan sa kakampi mong si Marcus, diba? WWE. WWE daw.
Kawawa naman si
Sabihin mo
Bobby.
kay Mark.
Kawawa naman si
Anyway.
Bobby.
So there.
Hey, it
That's
was
my
a good series nonetheless.
Yeah.
I think they had a good run. Congrats also to them for finishing second.
Can I just insert a little something just to clear
Go.
the air, pare? Kasi Jay has been all over me about Tatum. and
Wait.
and
All over you, not on you.
I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to. Anyway.
Okay, go.
Oh, yeah. No, the same, di ba? Pero kumbaga mas grabe kasi talaga hindi niya ako tinitigilan sa chat room, di ba? It's
I know,
everything,
I know.
di ba?
So
And-
this is your venue. Go. This is your.
Di ba? Hindi niya ako tinitigilan. And bumabawi lang ako kasi di ba syempre natalo sila. But what I'm saying is, you know, I'm saying this as a non-fan. I'm still not a fan of Tatum.
Okay.
But for me, it's so unfair reading everything I read on the internet right
grabe,
now
the
about
memes,
him.
no? Yeah, grabe,
It's
the
nuts lang how media, you know, you see a guy, okay, Booker, they were on Booker also for choking in Game 7. I mean that's
Right.
fair, okay, fine. They have that games like that. But here you have a guy who brought his team to the finals,
memes.
and you're still on him.
Mhm.
What the hell is a guy
I know.
supposed to do? He brought him to the finals, he fails, and then tanga pa rin siya. So
I know.
how do they win, diba?
Wild,
How
no?
old is
Yeah.
Tatum?
He's 24,
20.
diba?
24
ba?
When did Michael Jordan? Yeah, 24. When did Michael Jordan win his first title? 27, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken.
Mga ganyan. Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
else also? I think
It takes
I-
a while, man. There's a process. There's a
no.
process. to all of
LeBron
this.
was 27 also, if I'm not mistaken. But I gave you guys a message, a text that more
Kobe
often
was younger, but then he had Shaq.
he had
also.
Shaq, and I think we only established it that it was only Kobe, Wade, and I think someone else who was able to win it earlier. But almost all stars: Dirk, Hakeem, Jordan,
older
LeBron,
Older.
the
pa,
ones
yeah.
who were left to carry their own team talaga, really won their first. Even Steph won his first ring, late 20s na. So there's nothing wrong with what.
Well, the
Tatum-
youngest siguro is
Yeah.
Timmy. The youngest to
Down.
actually carry a team to the finals and win is Timmy with his
He did have
suffer bid, diba?
David, although
I mean,
No,
he was the one
after
carrying.
Magic. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's also David Robinson, Sean Elliott. That was
Yeah.
a setup team, man.
Yeah,
That's solid yung
Yeah.
team rin na yun.
But Magic,
Um,
I think, was the youngest ever, no?
Anyway,
I think
sa
they were the
akin,
youngest.
Just-
That was a
Rookie
stock
season
team also,
champion,
pare.
MVP, finals MVP eh. Iba yun.
anyway, just to finish my point, it's unfair. I mean, I still don't believe he'll be that killer superstar guy in the end of his career.
Mm.
I think he'll be somewhere in between, diba? He won't be like his idol Kobe, that's for sure.
Yeah,
pare.
yeah.
Ah.
I agree, actually.
Diba? And until you know, maybe he's in his early 30s, and so that's the only time we can say that he's actually, you know, what he'll be, diba? If he'll be a choker, if he'll be, you know, whatever, because he's
Yeah.
still young,
He still
maaga
has
pa,
time
dude.
to prove himself.
But
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
but then give the guy props, the one for bringing his team to the finals,
naman.
diba? I mean, that's not
Saka,
totally.
against the Nets, against the Bucks, against Miami, dude. I don't think anyone really thought that they'd beat any of those three teams,
Yeah.
right?
Dude,
I don't know the way they started the season.
I wouldn't even say that Tatum cannot be like Kobe. We'll see, man. You even saw,
He
you even saw-
still can get there.
yeah. I mean, you guys just I.
No,
said
ako,
it,
I say
you said
that.
it.
I say that actually is the killer instinct. Kasi the killer
Because
instinct,
of
it's either you
his,
have it
ano,
or you
because
don't.
of his demeanor,
You don't
no?
you don't develop a killer instinct, dude. The killer instinct is there
Yeah,
from the
that's
start.
inborn.
It's
Yeah,
either you
inborn.
do
That's inborn.
or you don't,
Yeah,
diba?
yeah. Yeah.
Yun
Well,
lang
we'll
yun.
see.
That's what I
Yeah.
but you can be naman an effective NBA player without that killer
Yeah,
instinct. You might not
or,
That's
you
true.
won't be MJ or Kobe lang,
or
'di ba?
Kobe.
But
Right.
LeBron, dude, LeBron is not killer.
That's
No,
LeBron
true.
is not
Yeah.
killer, but he's made
no,
a
he's
quite a
rather
career.
fast
Yeah,
sometimes. Most
yeah,
of the time,
Yeah,
let's
he's
be
a
yeah,
honest.
billionaire
Yeah.
active player. So yeah,
yeah.
I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying that if Steph nga found a certain gear to enter and he's 34,
Yeah.
Tatum has a
Mm.
lot of
Oh yeah,
years
yeah.
to
But
figure that
Steph's
out for
killer,
himself.
He can still get
Steph's
there.
Yeah.
killer
Well,
in my book.
yeah, because well, that's
Always
a whole
been.
different topic.
Always
Oh wait,
been. Yeah,
Doc
yeah.
Papi,
Okay.
Yeah.
pinipilit ko kaya walang fans ng NBA or sa OR complex when I'm watching pag duty. Ako lang tawa ng tawa, puro kasi nurses na babae. Ah, dapat
Uy,
dapat
Doc,
Doc,
Okay.
pakita mo kay sa mga nurses si Jay. Yan.
patay tayo dyan.
Talagang hi
Kasi
Aliyah.
no, kasi kailangan niya ng therapy. Anyway.
Hello to the nurses.
Kaya Aliyah ko, hello to the nurses naman to.
Wait.
Jude
Okay.
Law from Any of the Gates had that killer instinct.
Nakakatawa.
So did dami yan.
Jude Law in
So
that Tom Hanks movie, Road to Perdition. Holy
Ah.
shit.
Ted
That
Bundy.
movie, man.
Ted
Mang-
Bundy.
Ted Bundy. I was gonna say, Mang Kanor. Mang Kanor had killer instincts also.
Oo. Koliyala killer. Koliyala
patay,
killer.
patay ka doon, pare. Pag
Si
kolya.
Bayaw, Jun Sabayton, may killer instinct din yan.
Uh,
So, okay, what na, I mean, okay, let's close this up, then let's talk about what our season recap. You have anything left to say about the Dubs? Because I think I've said a lot.
Nah, I think we went through everything, man. That was a great season. Congrats, man. Well
I know.
deserved.
no, I'll end it with a question for Julio.
Go.
While we're on our truth episode,
Okay, yeah, we're on the truth episode. Go.
are they gonna win it again next year?
Eh, wala na. Tinapos mo na yung truth, gago.
No, wait.
Hindi naman sabi.
Are the Dubs
Are the Dubs gonna win it again next year?
my early prediction for next year?
Yes.
Oh, yun. My early prediction for next year. Dubs Nets finals.
Who wins?
Nets pa
Dubs,
din?
syempre.
Huh?
Huh? Nets.
Nets?
Nets.
The voodoo yan.
Voodoo na yan. Nets. Putang ina. Voodoo
So wait,
na agad.
let me clarify. This
Who
could
will
possibly
say
be
Nets,
the
dude?
this could
What the
possibly
hell?
be the Westbrook
Aga
KD
mag-voodoo
Nets,
nito.
pare.
Enjoy your championship muna, hoy.
Dude,
Tama
Pusi-
na yung voodoo na.
So you're telling me the possible KD Westbrook Nets will face you in the
Whatever-
final?
I don't know what the Nets will do in the offseason. I don't know what the Nets will do in the offseason, whether they keep Kyrie or they
wala
don't
yan,
keep
wala
Kyrie.
yan.
But no, wait, listen to me. The basketball gods, and this is true, will not let Kevin Durant. This is not going to be the end of his legacy. The NBA will not allow it. The
He'll
basketball
probably
gods will
end
not
up with
allow it.
another team before
KD
he wins another one.
KD will end up seeing the finals one more time.
But not
Sometime
with the Nets.
he'll
Not with the
we'll
Nets.
see. I'm just saying that
Not with the Nets.
again, next year you might have a Cinderella miracle run naman for KD, and then now your biggest storyline will be KD and Steph fighting it out in the finals, because now it's even been made more hinog. It was not hinog enough yet the last time because no one believed in the Warriors.
Yes.
But now that the Warriors are champions, it's all
Yeah, but
it's
it
KD's
has to
time
be
to
a
punch
major
back.
shake-up roster-wise.
Well,
That
dude,
roster they have right now is not pang championship. Dude. They
That's-
got
we'll-
swept.
we'll see
They got
now how
swept.
good. We'll see how good Sean
Okay.
Marks is.
I think that's a good time to jump na. Let's segue to our season recap na, pare. But that's a good storyline,
May
pare.
recap pa
Yeah.
tayo?
Yeah, just a short lang.
Yeah.
Season.
Isang oras mahigit na.
Oh. Dude, it's
it's
one of our
really
last
fast.
It's our last.
episodes.
It's our last.
Let's not
Well,
Diba?
not for this season, guys. All the viewers. We'll be back next season.
We'll be back
No, but
next
we'll be
week.
Maybe
doing,
even
actually,
before
we'll be
that.
doing
Maybe
one
even
after the
before the
draft on
season.
Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right, right,
We'll
right.
be doing
talk
after the
about the
draft
draft.
and maybe jump in a little bit for big moves in the free agency, but
Yeah,
not
yeah,
as
there you
regular.
go.
No,
Tama,
not as
tama.
regular. No, really quick lang. Oh, about the season. What are your Jay? What were your big surprises? What were your big disappointments about the regular season
I
or this
thought
whole season?
Atlanta. I thought
This whole
Atlanta
season,
was
pala.
the biggest disappointment. The Lakers were a big disappointment, obviously. Um, Boston was one of the biggest surprises there. Chicago for a while I thought was a really good, nice surprise, but you know, the law of averages caught up and the real Chicago came out. To be fair, they didn't have Lonzo playing at the end. They lost Caruso for a while. Levine, I don't know, man. He might even leave. We don't know how Chicago's going to be next year. We'll see. But sayang, they had a chance to, have a
Meron
good
Bob,
run. Boston, I think, was
meron.
Well,
better.
sure, let's see. Nagano pa hassle.
No, no,
Meron,
meron
Bob,
Bob.
meron. Put
Nagrereklamo si
yan.
Bobby,
Basta,
mag-show kayo.
Meron.
basta may trade, basta may whatever
Gusto
happens
ni,
na solid,
pare,
meron yan.
gusto ni Bobby ng live
Meron yan.
show. Ano ba?
Oh, no, ha? Bobby, thanks for guesting, and we'll have you back, man.
Yeah, we'll
We'll
have
have
him
you
back.
back. Yeah.
Wait. Ako, are you done, Jay? No, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, well, okay, me. I
If I
agree
don't
with the
mention
Hawks.
anyone else, I'm sure you two will. So
Yeah,
that's all good.
this this was it was a interesting season. I
Very.
don't know how the hell it was a good season. Champion, the Warriors won, but a lot of weird stuff happened. You have for me, Kyrie, Ben Simmons, Zion,
Yeah.
Kawhi.
Uh,
There's so many stars who didn't play this season.
Mhm.
Jamal
Yep.
yeah.
Murray. So it's kind of
Russ.
funny how
Russ didn't play this season. I
he
mean,
didn't show up to the games.
He didn't show up.
AD,
He didn't show up.
no, on that note, AD was
didn't.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, he was
So
Potsulite.
it's funny nga how in the back of my head I'm still also thinking like this is the perfect season for the Dubs to have really gone. I mean, the opportunity was there because there's a lot of stars that were out.
Yes.
You know
Mhm.
what
Yep.
I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so my biggest disappointment for the whole season would be um
Tama. Palit ng banda, Bob, no? From Chicago to Maroon 5. Tama.
hey dude, hey Bob, Chicago's weirdly. I tell you this, JL, Chicago's one of my favorite bands. The old Chicago, huh? The one with a lot of
Yeah,
trumpets. Yeah,
yeah. Before Peter Cetera and
yeah.
David Foster fucked them
Yeah.
over.
But I
I was
love that
gonna say pa
Chicago,
naman,
dude.
pare, they were a hard habit to break for sure.
But my biggest disappointment this year still has to be the Phoenix Suns
Son.
with a
Oo,
close run.
number one eh. Di ba?
No, it's not just
Number
the
one
way
eh.
the way they lost Game 7, pare, was just something else. That's not the way to go, man. They didn't even fight it out.
Right.
It's
Yeah, that was so
that's not.
stupid.
And my honorable mention there would be the Lakers, because again, how can you not make the playoffs with that lineup?
Di ba?
I mean,
It
so
to me as a Lakers fan, this was very painful, man. This season was just nuts.
Dude,
Nuts.
can,
I haven't been this pesao with my team for quite some time.
dude,
pesao.
how can you not be? I was surprised that the Spurs fell above the Lakers after the season.
I know.
Dang,
I
that
wasn't.
that was
I
nuts,
wasn't.
pare. That was
I
nuts,
wasn't.
man.
I wasn't
I didn't,
surprised
diba?
anymore.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Who would have
Halfway
thought?
through, I already gave up
Yeah, but I
the
wouldn't have
season.
thought that you would be in the position to bump off the Lakers for the
Yeah.
play-in. That was nuts, pare.
Nuts.
So, and you know what I heard? I mean, speaking about all these players who are not. Did you notice that they were talking about in some podcast na, did you know that towards the end already? I don't know if they were or they weren't, but there were some reporters who were kind of joking na, were the NBA even testing anymore towards the end? Parang, they're not even
Sure.
sure if they were, parang I think they were still testing, but were they even releasing results of who got positive or not? I mean, basta test
Or
and
maybe
then
or at the very least for those that were symptomatic na lang.
yeah,
Kasi they
because
Right.
still, 'di ba? They still had
Right.
and my point was that because I remembered because of the Phoenix, I saw biggest disappointment. But I heard because from Windbag Windhorse was that they had a big outbreak pala within their staff, the Suns. A big, big,
Yeah,
big
yeah. Yeah,
outbreak.
yeah, I read that.
Diba?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh.
And so that's when they made a comment is that it's so funny how none of the players in the actual finals or Western Conference finals got COVID. And they were saying, oh God, were they even really testing or releasing results for the players?
Or parang pag hindi symptomatic, they just let him play anyway, 'di ba?
Yeah, diba? I mean, and if you think about it, there was no major, I mean, for the regular season, ang daming
Man.
health and safety. So
Yeah.
when it
The
came to
playoffs,
the
wala.
wala, no?
Wala.
It's like
Wala. The whole playoffs, ha?
Ibang
Wala.
ano 'yun. Saka wala, kakaibang
Wala.
flu game 'yan, pare.
no, pare, I'll tell you this, ah.
Flu game.
Okay,
Pare, si,
I really have to. I'll be back. Okay lang. I gotta go do a banyo break. Kanina pa eh.
Go. Dude,
Saka-
you may go to the bathroom, Jay.
Naubos ko na itong tubig ko eh.
You may go to the bathroom, Jay.
last episode naman natin, we have
Wala
15
tapusin yung show. Wala ako ha.
Ikaw
we have-
tatapos na siya.
no, we have 15 minutes.
Oh my God. Jay almost made it through the entire season.
Jay,
He almost made it through the whole season and in the end had to do a bathroom break. Okay.
ano sabi niyo with that? Well, Bobby goes, well, yeah, okay. That's not one of my best songs anyway. Peter Cetera's opposite of badass. Yeah, you remember that in Cobra Kai
Yeah. I know. I didn't watch Cobra Kai, dude.
season 3.
No,
Or four ba yun?
I haven't watched any.
Are you serious? Okay,
Yeah,
okay. I won't spoil it. Si Horford lang na COVID protocols. Yes,
Yeah.
was that first round? Second round?
At some point, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yung na COVID protocols, ironically, now there was chismis if they were still testing the players. Is si Adam Silver, who actually missed the
Missed the-
presentation.
Yeah. Yep.
Diba? So that's cool. But I was really wondering the whole time if what happens kaya let's say sa finals biglang si Steph nagka-positive. Oh shit, man. That's it,
Yeah.
pare. Tapos
Yeah.
ang boxing pag ganyan.
Yeah.
Diba?
But yeah, I don't think but I think we've had enough of that in 2020 and 2021.
Yeah.
And actually, you know, even if superstars didn't play this year, at least this was you see the ano na, you see the light pare in the end of this freaking tunnel we've been in the last 2 years, diba? Medyo if you compare it to the season that bubble season to last year to this year, I mean we're getting less and less
Yeah.
incidents and you know arenas are packed again, diba? And despite that, we've been getting less and less cases also. So I think parang I see us moving forward already, and this is a good sign also for a lot of us na, you know, maybe it's almost over.
Well, the US has definitely moved forward. I mean, diba? Saka si Fester Adams.
But yeah, man, I mean, looking back at the season also, I wish there were certain injuries that I wish didn't happen. The Bucks, but I mean,
Chris
I
Middleton,
was
in other
really
words.
hoping the Bucks would have had a better title defense. But I thought they were still there. Well, but then again, yeah, the Middleton injury. I mean, you can't really foresee injuries in the playoffs. Eh. Pero sayang,
Part of the
but
game.
I mean the Bucks are still there, man. I mean this was just a
most
bump in the
definitely.
road because of the injury, but
Yeah.
they'll still be there next year.
You know what
I
some
think
people are
more
saying?
so than the Suns.
Oh yeah,
That-
yeah, for
no?
sure. Kasi I think
The
the
Bucks are still.
yeah.
No?
They're still intact, kumbaga. Their team can fight as is. Kasi the
Yeah.
Suns, I mean, there wouldn't be Ayton talks if
Actually, I thought
You
the
can-
Bucks
you can
were a
say that,
better
diba?
team this year with the additions with Grayson Allen and all that. I
yes.
actually thought they
Ako
were a
except for
better
ano
team
lang,
this
except
year.
for PJ Tucker. Parang
Yeah,
that was a big
Losing
ano for
him,
me.
no? Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
a lot of people are talking about that actually in relation nga to the Dubs is that they should have just paid PJ Tucker. I mean, that was your championship core.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
That's
think
yeah.
just
I think they thought na Portis would be that already for them. Hindi. Portis is more of
yeah.
a scorer rather than doing the dirty work.
Yeah.
No, but the
Yeah.
chemistry also, the chemistry of having that same group just run it back. You don't have to
Yeah, no.
incorporate Grayson
Yeah.
Run it back
Allen and
sana, and then the addition of Grayson Allen would have
yeah,
been,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Would have been good.
diba? Would have been solid. And then Brook Lopez eventually coming back. Man. That would have been the championship team right there.
You, Mike, anything else about the season?
No, actually, sige. Actually, more than the season, I'm hoping that next season we'll see all these stars back again. Because that would be an exciting season if we have Kawhi, if we have the Clippers healthy, if we have the Nuggets healthy, if we have Kyrie playing, if you
Yeah,
have Ben Simmons playing, if you have Zion
Yan,
playing. Kasi
yeah.
dude,
yan.
pucha, we have a lot of teams now that can actually fight. I mean, the play-in
If
tournament
only,
can be
yeah.
way more interesting
If
next year, dude.
only.
Yeah,
Right,
Yeah.
that's
right,
true.
right.
That's true.
Yeah.
On so next
Even
this
with my
Friday.
stupid ass team, man. If AD plays more games, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Oh,
Different
let's end
story,
it.
man.
Let's end it na this. Let's end it na like this. So this Friday is gonna be the draft.
Mm.
Woohoo! Draft na this Friday. Ang bilis, no? Um,
Now I have nothing to be excited about.
yeah, no.
Wala silang pick. Wala
no.
sila-
Pero,
Oh, okay.
ganito, ah.
Bato pick.
Yeah.
What would you be off the top of your head before we end this season? What would be the most exciting thing you would be looking forward to next year, next season? Ako, I have
I'm
the
looking
most
forward to movement already, even before the season starts.
any
We
one
mentioned
particular
this
team.
earlier. A lot of these teams are going to try to beef up because of what the Dubs were able to do. And not just beef up, not get a star, but get, a player that might fit that kind of thing they want to run, right? And think about, building also, I would think, more so now than just buying your shit to a championship.
You, Mike.
Well, ako, for the first time
Personally,
in a
I have
long
one.
time, I can stop caring about the other 29 teams again and focus on the Spurs.
Because they might make moves, no?
Yes, because they kumbaga ako, the way I see it,
You're going in the right direction, you
Yeah.
guys.
yeah, we've been going to the right direction, but the question was always the timing. And I think the how DeJounte elevated his game this year, I think that kind of expedited our timeline a bit
Mhm.
and made the
Mhm.
Spurs organization think that wait a minute, I think we should start making moves. The fact lang that they're shopping around their picks, dude, is telling me they're looking for players who are more seasoned than getting rookies
to
to
help the
develop.
younglings. To
Yeah,
help the
kasi
younglings.
again, these rookies that will be coming in will not be in the same time as the Jonte. And
Right.
we have the Vassels now. We have tradable pieces actually. So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty psyched. I mean, we're not gonna contend, but at least I can start cheering again.
No, it's gonna be fun, man. I just have one team to. I'll say it now, early in this. That's gonna be for me, very interesting next year. I think I messaged it to you guys also in the group. Pelicans.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. We'll see what
Ano?
the fat boy does.
Yan. Hood din yan, pare. Si Jonte,
Marlon Wayans.
the guy, that guy's hood boy din yan, pare.
On that note, hey guys, we got through a whole season. Come on, this is fantastic.
Yeah, man. Woohoo!
First full season,
man.
pare.
First full season tayo.
Oh,
Bobby?
that's from start to finish.
Manols, Joe, Jason Tatum,
Doc
JT from
Nesty.
YouTube, Doc Papi,
Doc Papi.
Doc Nesty, Doc Papi, and everyone who's commented and joined us. Where'd Mike go?
I don't know, man. He disappeared.
Uh-oh.
Whoop, sorry. I accidentally pressed something on my mouse. The hell, okay.
But everyone who's been with us for the whole season, off the top of my head, has Joko been on? There's Joko,
Yes,
there's
Choco's been
Pom,
on.
there's
Yeah.
Destroyer, Andre,
Jay
um,
Zyko.
Jay Zyko, Alan,
Yep.
who I play
Uh-huh.
Hearthstone with,
Uh-huh.
and
Pom.
Joshua. Joshua,
Joshua.
my colleague from before.
Yeah, and the one who's kasama, Rafi. Rafi was on.
Yeah.
He's now part of the bench
Yeah.
fantasy
Yep.
league,
Yeah.
diba?
Yep.
All that.
Juan D was on. John D.
Yeah. So
EJ also, yeah. Hopefully you'll be
EJ.
more.
EJ the
We'll have
most.
more, yeah.
yeah. So I guess say in behalf of all of us, including John D, EJ, like to thank everybody for hanging around for us for the whole season. It's our first full season, and hopefully we have more and in store for season 2022-23. And I think that starts with our post-draft coverage already. Very,
Right.
very soon.
And
diba?
then whatever movement happens in the off season will be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jay,
Yeah.
take us out for this season, man.
You heard it first. You heard it last. Please for this season.
Season.
Hey man, cheers! We are the bench. Good night, and we'll see you soon.
Cold-blooded. Take care, guys.